In this video, we are going to look at the question 7 from section B of Mathematics paper 2 for the year 2020. Now, here we have this question is from a cubic function. The values of x and y are connected by the equation y is equal to x raised to the power 3 plus 4x squared plus x minus 5 as shown in the table below. Okay, so now Roman number 1, we want to find the value of p. So for us to find the value of p, we are going to use the original equation. So the original equation is y is equal to then x raised to the power 3 plus 4x squared plus x minus 5. Now, if you look at letter P is in the y value, so where there is y, we put p. Then for the value of x, we are going to substitute with the value above p. So the value above p is 2. So this means that where is x, we put 2. So that's what you do. So whenever you are trying to find the value of a given letter, when substituting, just make sure that you get the value of x corresponding to that particular p. So now let's do mathematics here. We know that 2 raised to the power 3 will give us 8 plus 2 times 2 is 4 times that is 16 plus 2 minus 5. Then p is equal to, we have 80 plus 16 will give us 24. 24 plus 2 will give us 26. 26 minus 5 will have 21. So this is the value of p. Now, after we are done finding the value of p, we can proceed to Roman number 2. Using a scale of 2 centimeters to represent 1 unit on the x-axis and 2 centimeters to represent 5 units on the y-axis for the range. So for the y-axis, the x-axis, we just want numbers up to -4. Then for the positive numbers, we just want up to 2. So we need to make sure that when putting these numbers on our graph paper, we need to make sure that we need to have these numbers completely. Then for the y, we just need -10. Then for the positive values, we just want 25. So let's see how we can draw this graph here. Okay, so so we can just consider this point as our origin. So then we can draw our x-axis here. So this is our x-axis. Then we can draw our vertical line, which is the y-axis. Now make sure when you are drawing these lines, you need to use a rule. Now remember, under the x-axis, it's 1 unit. 2 centimeters to represent 1 unit. So every after 2 centimeters, this is a 2 centimeter, we need to put a 1, then 2, 3. Then this is our -1. We have -2, -3, -4. So with the x-axis, we are covered. We have the numbers according to the way they want. Then for the y-axis, it's 2 centimeters represent 5, so it's 5 here. Then here we are going to have 10, 15 here, 20, we have 25. If you want, we can reach up to 30. The key point is we have the last number, which is 25. Then to the negative, we are going to have -5, then -10, like this. So we can see that we have the all numbers that we want for us to have this complete graph. Now, before we start plotting, first we need to look at what what these small boxes represent in the x-axis. So how do we determine that? So say, since in the x-axis it's 2 centimeters represent 1, so we are using 1 on the x-axis, so we divide by 10. Why? We know that a square has 100 of these smaller boxes. Then for each length for a square has 10, so we divide by 10. So in x-axis, that smaller box represents 0.1. What of for the y-axis? You just have to get the number that you are adding on. So it's 5 units. You divide by 10. So each smaller box represents 0.5. So we know that we have these two. Now we can start plotting. So the first one is -4,9. So -4 in x-axis, 9. So 9 is here. This is where our 9 is. Then the second one, it's -3,1. So -3,1 is here. So the key point is you just have to count 2 more boxes in the y-axis to make 1. That's a pattern. Then the other one is -2,1 still here. So -2,1 is here. Then we have -1, -3. So you need to count 6. So -3 is here. Then what else? The other one is 0,-5. 0,-5 is just here. Then 1,1 is here. Then 2,21. So 21 is here. Then we can draw our curve. So this is our equation. So the equation is y is equal to x to the power 3 plus 4x squared plus x minus 5. So the first question, we have drawn the graph of this equation. Then for the other question is use your graph to find the solutions of the equations. So let's look at our first equation. So our first equation is x raised to the power 3 plus 4x squared plus x minus 5 is equal to 0. So the first thing that we are supposed to do is we have this original equation. So these variables that I've circled here, I just have to make sure that we need to compare. So we can see that what we have circled is equal to each, so we can just substitute by y, then we write the number whatever that remains after equal sign, so we can see that it's 0. So now if we look at y is equal to 0, we are looking at x-axis, because x-axis is y is equal to 0. So the answers, we are going to get the answers where the curve is cutting the x-axis. So the first point is here. So this is 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the first value of x is 0.8. Then the second value of x, where is this point where the curve and the x-axis are meeting. So this is -1, 1.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7. So it's -1.7. Now remember, numbers or values like this, they may be different since we are dealing with a curve. So these are like estimations. Then the other x value, we'll get it from here. So this will be -3.1.2. so negative 3.2. So the point here is whenever y is equal to 0, just look at the 3 points. If the curve is cutting the axis at 3 points, make sure that you get 3 coordinates or 3 x values. Now let's look at the other equation. So the other equation, this is our Roman number 3a. Now for Roman number 3b, we have this equation x to the power 3 plus 4x squared plus x minus 5 is equal to 2x plus 4. Now here we can first begin by, we need to look at this expression. So we know that this expression is equal to this original expression. So we can now put y is equal to whatever that remains. So y is equal to 2x plus 4. Now we can see that we have a linear equation. So if you have a linear equation, you can make the table values, but the easiest way is, let's just find the y-intercept. So you find the y-intercept by substituting where there is x, you put 0. So if we do mathematics, 2 times 0 is 0, 0 plus 4 is 4. So the y-intercept is 4. Then after that, we can find the value of x. So it's 2x plus 4. When finding the value of x where there is y, you put 0. So you interchange. Then from there, we are going to move this number to this side. This will give us 2x is equal to negative 4. From there, we can divide by 2, also by 2. So x is equal to negative 2. So if you want to make these as coordinates, the pair where we have 4 will be 0, 4. Then this will be negative 2, 0. But the easiest way is, we know that we have y. Since this is a linear equation, the linear line will pass through y where there is 4. So we need to go in the y-axis. We need to find where we have 4. So 0, 1, 2. So the 4 in y-axis is here. This is where our 4 is. Then for the x-axis, we know it's negative 2. So negative 2 is here. Then after we are done putting these 2 points, we need to draw a straight line that will pass through these 2 points. Make sure you use a rule. So we have drawn our linear equation, y is equal to 2x plus 4. Now after we are done drawn this line, so look at the first point is at this point where the curve and our linear equation is meeting. So we can now draw a dotted line parallel to the y-axis. The point at which this line will touch the x-axis is our first value of x. So our first value of x there is this is 1.1234. So it's 1.4. Then let's look at the other x value. So the other x value is just here. So here is almost negative 1.9. Then the third value will be here. So we'll move here. So move parallel to the y-axis but up. Then we can see that we are touching at negative 3.7. So negative 3.7. So this is how you can find the solutions given a cubic function like this one. So we are done with the cubic function. Now for question B, we can see that it's just that we want to express the given two fractions as a single fraction in its lowest term. So this is our B. So it's 4 over 2x minus 1 minus 1 over 3x plus 2. So what is our first step here? We need to find the lowest common denominator, which is we just have to put the denominator, the two denominator expression in fractions. So if we, I mean in brackets, if we divide 2x minus 1 into 2x minus 1 times 3x plus 2, this will cancel. So we are going to have 4, we'll multiply with 3x plus 2 minus, we're going to have 1, 2x minus 1. So the pattern is the 4 will multiply with this one, then the 1 will multiply with this one. Then we can expand. So know that 4 multiply with this will give us 12x. Then 4 times 2 will give us 8. Negative 1 times x, we are going to have, meaning 2x, negative 2x, negative 1 times negative 1, we get positive 1 over 2x minus 1, 3x plus 2. Then we can collect the like terms, so it's 12x minus 2x plus 8 plus 1 over 3x plus 2 times 2x minus 1. Then 12x minus 2x will give us 10x. 8 plus 1 is 9 over 2x minus 1, 3x plus 2. So this is how we can answer this question. And this is what I just wanted to share with you. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.